Hi, good afternoon, YouTube viewers. This is Big Bill Graham coming to you live from Catastrophe Railroad. As always, we had Tariq Sykes here a couple of weeks ago as a special guest, and today it's not Freddie, the flycatcher, but it's our good friend Steve Atwell. Steve Atwell has joined us today. He's walked all the way from Kansas to come visit me. No, he hasn't. He has business in New York, and he decided to stop by. Welcome, Steve.
Hey, thanks, Bill.
How do you like the layout?
The layout looks great. Once you're here, it's bigger than you ever expected, and lots of space to do a lot of work on the layout.
Yeah. And how is your layout coming along?
Our layout's coming along great. We finished all the track work inside the layout room just a couple of days ago. We started putting down the track on the staging yard and got the bench work done for the staging yard. Got about 4 pieces of the ladder left to build, and then just a bunch of straight flex track to light.
Now yours is an N-scale layout, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a 12 by 14 or 14 by 15, somewhere around that size, in-scale layout. It's an around the walls layout. It's actually very similar to your layout, around the walls with a peninsula in the middle, operating point to point.
Really? Okay. And your dad helps you with it?
Yeah, it's a father-son layout. And,
great.
Hopefully it'll give him a lot of enjoyment into his retirement years.
What's the worst thing about working with Dad? Not that it's the worst thing, but what's...
Anytime you have 2 people that are in charge of a layout, there are definitely differences of opinions about certain things that need to happen.
And the best thing?
I mean, I think it definitely brought family closer together.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah,
there's definitely some points to bringing the family together.
Yes, I agree with that. And you also operate an internet hobby shop.
Yeah, we run Midwest Model Railroad. It's www.midwestmodelrr.com. We're probably, at least in the area, the largest supplier of in-scale parts and details and rolling stock and everything. We always had a lot of problems finding anything in-scale for us in stores, and decided to open up in-scale, carry a lot of it, and we started carrying a lot of HO stuff now.
I will attest to that.
And we do a lot of special orders for people about certain things that they're looking for, so they can guarantee that they get it in time.
That's cool. And how long have you been in business now?
I think we're going into our 5th year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the name of your N-scale railroad?
We have the Missouri Pacific Sedalia Subdivision.
Missouri
Pacific Sedalia Sub.
Sedalia Sub. Okay, and that's known to your area where you live?
It's the Missouri Pacific line that used to run between Kansas City, Missouri, and St. Louis, Missouri.
Right.
We modeled Kansas City and St. Louis as the staging yards, and then Sedalia is kind of the center of our layout, with Jefferson City being a yard, and then a couple nearby industries.
All right. And when did you start getting into the hobby?
I started getting into the hobby myself in college. I started building a small in-scale layout. When I was real little, I had a 4x8 HO scale layout, the standard Bachmann style out of a box type thing. But in college, I started to do some in-scale stuff. And then after college, I built my first normal size layout in the garage of the house I had.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Very good. And when do you complete your layout? I mean, we all know that completion is never...
all the track work and everything should be completely operational probably within the month. Then I'm going to move on to buildings and kits and scratch builds and everything, while my father's kind of taking on mostly the scenery access.
So Dad is basically the sidewalk supervisor?
He's definitely partially that, yeah.
For those that don't know, Steve is actually a great N-scale scratch builder. If you guys can check out his YouTube channel, he does some really phenomenal work in N-scale, and he has built some magnificent structures. He's very talented when it comes to that. And if you have not seen his recent videos on the building of his N-scale railroad, it's really a state-of-the-art construction. He did a really good job.
Yeah, we do. We're not quite the standard follow-along type as you build. As I go through, I try to make most of our videos very short and concise. I figure it doesn't need to be long and drawn out. You can always go back and you can rewind it just as well as I can extend it. So
yeah, true. Very true.
So we do a lot of how-tos, a lot of nice 5-minute size videos that you can quickly fit into any type of gap. Because
Right.
that's kind of how much time I feel like I have when I
Right.
watch the videos anyways.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's good. Listen, we're going to do something new in the tradition of the South Brooklyn Railroad here. I have here with me a magic marker. If you would be so kind as to follow, excuse the drama of the thing. You see this sign? Put your John Hancock on that. Tariq, I know you're watching this bad boy, and when you come back, I'm going to have you sign it. And anybody who comes and visits the model railroad of South Brooklyn will get autographed this sign. Don't tell anybody, but I pilfered this from the Transit Authority. But anyway, Steve, it was a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, Bill, thanks for inviting me over.
Oh no, it was great. I'm glad you're in the New York area. I'm glad, you were able to make it. It was just, once again, guys, you give me a heads up, and I'm sure Steve's the same way. If you give him a heads up and let him know you're in your area, more than happy to come over and to share it. And that's what we did. We shared the layout, and it's not really fully operational, so we couldn't really do a lot of things, but we did talk model railroading, and it was absolutely by far, a great experience. Make great friends in this hobby and good people. So once again, thank you, Steve, for joining us. And thank you.
That looks great.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you guys for watching. You have a great day. Take care. God bless. And what are we going to do? We're going to see them on the
radio.
There you go. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.